Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Monday edition of Three Time a Week Talks on YouTube and Facebook. Call these talks Monday Morning Glory. Hope you had a great weekend. We're getting close to Christmas, just a couple of days away. I remember when we had all of our children at home, when we put up the Christmas tree, the big question was, is it Christmas yet? It's Christmas. Well, we would explain just because the tree was up or we had a nativity scene set up that it wasn't Christmas quite yet. Uh, but the other thing is about Christmas, Christmas can be every day of the year because Christ has come. In the book of Galatians, chapter 4, 4 and 5, it says that in the fullness of time, God sent forth his son, born of a woman. In the fullness of time. The word time there is chronos. So in the calendar time, in the fullness of calendar time, various things happened to culminate in that moment when Jesus Christ was born. Have you been looking at the southwest sky and seen the conjunction? Tonight's the climax of it. Saturn and Jupiter coming together. They'll look almost like one single planet. I've been watching them. They've been keeping watch over me at night. I've gone out every clear night and watched it. I love looking at stars. My wife knows the constellations far better than me, but I'm fascinated by the stars. I've had several telescopes. I wish I was more informed about the movement of planets and stars and that kind of thing. But I've been fascinated by this Christmas star conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter. If you've not seen it, tonight's the night to see it because it begins to go away. This is also the winter solstice, so officially winter begins as well. This question, is it Christmas yet? Well, we know now that Christmas has come. Christ has been born. It's hard to wait for Christmas, especially when you've got small children. Bethany's our youngest. She still lives here at home. And the other night, Cindy said, Bethany, I've got a gift for you. Would you like to open it now? And you know what she said? Shows that she's growing up. She said, no, I think I'll wait until Christmas. Well, again, going back to the scriptures in Galatians chapter 4, in the fullness of time, God sent forth his son to be born of a woman. Christmas came, that first Christmas, at the exact perfect timing that God had planned in the calendar of time. And this year has been an interesting year, 2020, in God's calendar of time. I pray that as you come closer to Christmas Day this Friday, that you're encountering God's perfect timing. We may not always like his timing, but he loves us. He loves us deeply. That's why he sent his son. For God so loved the world that he gave us his son. He sent us his son. That's the purpose of his birth at Christmas, to have his son come and live as we live and then die in our place on the cross. And at that moment when he died on the cross, our sins, past, present, and future of all mankind, were carried away by him. And if we will acknowledge his work on the cross, we can likewise be made whole and clean. His righteousness becomes our Christmas gift, and we give him our sinful, filthy rags, the Bible describes it. And it's not a fair Christmas exchange, but it's the one that God's ordained for us because he loves us. So in this week before Christmas, I want you to learn to trust God's timing. That first Christmas was perfectly timed. And the things going on in our lives right now, as much as we may not have liked them, we may feel as if we have not benefited from them, I'm convinced that as Christians, he's using these things to form us more like his son, that we might be experiencing God's fullness of time in our individual lives. May you encounter God this week in rich, full ways. Look for opportunities to love others in this Christmas season. God's got perfect timing for my life, your life, and it's exciting to get to participate in that. God bless you on this Monday. I'm glad, kids, you're not in school. I hope many of you that are working from home will get some days off this week. We sure appreciate our first responders, our nurses doctors that will be working over the holidays. My father was a state policeman, and so often he worked on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and appreciate those folks as well. But please know God's timing. It's always right. He so loves us that he wants to demonstrate his love for us in our time. God bless you today.